Boris Johnson was clear that that's what he wants to do, get us out by the 31st of October with or without a deal. And he's also been very sort of severe about what he would countenance changing to the deal to make it acceptable to him. So the window for a negotiated exit has narrowed.
Well, he's really boxed himself in with red lines that almost certainly the European Union can't or won't meet. He says he's going to go all out as his first public act to prepare the country in positive terms for a no-deal Brexit. Are there positive terms in which to frame a no-deal Brexit?
I think it depends on your point of view. You know, the Brexiteers who support it will argue as it gets us out of the kind of restrictions from the EU on trade, on lots of different areas of sort of economic policy regulation immediately. But it does also bring big sort of challenges. You know, lots of disruption to trade with the EU. We'll lose access to a whole host of EU-wide security measures, so facilitating cooperation between police forces will get much more difficult. And there's still the big question about what happens at the Irish border. Both the UK and the Irish governments have said they don't want any return to the borders of the past. There's still no clear proposal to how to avoid that in a no-deal world.
No, and indeed there's no clear way through Parliament either. It was interesting before the result was announced, an announcement was made on stage, an appeal to Tory party MPs for them to be perhaps kinder to the new Prime Minister than they were to Theresa May. It seems to me inevitable that that can only take place until he disappoints either those opposed to no deal or those who think it's a good idea, because he just can't satisfy everyone.
I think that's right. It seems that Boris Johnson is, at this stage, trying to pursue the same strategy that Theresa May did, of showing to the Brexiteers that he will get Brexit done, and showing to those who don't want to leave or who want to keep a very close relationship with the EU that he'll do a managed, very soft Brexit, and trying to keep both sides happy. Ultimately, though, those two things will be in tension, and he's going to have to disappoint one of those sides.
And in the process, quite likely trigger, or have triggered for him, an election.
Very possible. The problem is as well, you know, the Labour Party is also divided. They're not clear about what they want to do. Do they want to campaign for Remain? Do they want to campaign for a different deal? There are many of them who are worried about their supporters who do want to leave. So the division over Europe and over the approach to Brexit runs through the Labour Party as it does through the Conservative Party.
Tim Durrant, thanks so much for your time.